Hello, I'm Laura. It's Monday, March 2nd, 2025, and these are today's Heartlines. I really like it because today I could open the curtains. It's cloudy enough to do that and show you our lovely stained glass work that my husband's father did many years ago. But that's part of the feeling that I create in my environment when I have environments like this that bring peace to my soul. It is so important. But the most important environment we have that brings peace is in our own hearts. Our theme for Heartlines this week is promoting peace. And today we are looking at going to that place in the heart beyond right and wrong. So that is based on a beautiful passage from the poet Saint Rumi, who said, "Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in the grass, the world is too full to talk about." Well, there has been a lot to talk about in our world lately, hasn't there? Since the attack from the United States and Israel on the state of Iran and the killing of the Ayatollah Khomeini, some people have been celebrating and some people have been protesting, and there's been a lot of tension building in the world, particularly in the area of the Middle East. And since that time, as of the making of this particular video, there are 3 U.S. soldiers who've been killed and 5 wounded. Mossad Pezekian, and I hope I said that right, who is the leader of the Interim Leadership Council in Iran, has refused to discuss a ceasefire. And instead, Iran has continued to attack a number of Arab countries where where the U.S. military has strongholds. And in those countries, civilians are being killed. And an oil platform in the Gulf was also destroyed, and the Straits of Hormuz are backed up with ships who aren't able to bring their supplies to that region. So there is a lot that has escalated around there. And it's almost too much with what is happening in our beloved Ukraine, with what is happening in other parts of the world. It's just too much for the head to wrap around, let alone our words to wrap around. And so we look to Rumi, to that place beyond wrongdoing and right doing, where the soul lies down, where the world is too full to talk about. We go beyond the words to that inner space. And when we do, we realize that all of these acts of violence come from people who forget who they are, who forget who others are, that we are creations of love, of universal and divine love even, that from that love we can relate to each other. But instead, we fall into fear. We fear a lack of love. We fear judgment from others. We have our own self-doubts that our own lives can be ruined by others, and so we attack. We act out violently as a humanity. Well, it's time to remember who we are, because the remedy of forgetfulness isn't more forgetfulness. It's remembering who we are. And the remedy of ignorance in who we are and who others are is not doubling down on the ignorance and keeping the separations in place, but a willingness to learn more about each other, to actually approach others with different points of view, to dialogue and have an open heart for each other, and start from there to build a more peaceful world by lying in that field beyond right and wrong. And so we're going to start that process right now as we take a deep breath and close our eyes and focus on this idea. Relaxing in the field of peace, within the space of my heart, I remember more about who I am and learn more about who others are. From this place, I speak and act for peace in my world. Relaxing in the field of peace, within the space of my heart, I remember more about who I am and learn more about who others are. From this place, I speak and act for peace in my world. And so it is. So the next time, and I wrote it down on this piece of paper, when all that is happening in our world, and this is just what I jotted down from the headlines, when all that is happening in our world is too much for the mind to wrap around or for our words to even explain. It is time to go to that field beyond wrongdoing and right doing, where we lie down with each other, and in that space we find the peace that passes all worldly understanding. And that space is always there in our own hearts. Thank you for sharing that space with me today, and have a wonderful day.